Nestled in the Old Barrio Viejo area of downtown Tucson is a humble grotto. Crumbling adobe bricks comprise 3 old Spanish-style walls baked by the ever-present Sonoran desert sun. A small white arched shrine was built into the tall wall at the back. However, it cannot contain the offerings so many leave behind, so a black iron candle rack was placed before it. That too overflows occasionally, as seemingly hundreds of candles and slips of paper dot the packed earth floor. At night, the shrine casts a gentle glow on the surrounding mesquite trees and cacti. This turns the grotto into a small pocket of rustic mysticism in an unassuming urban neighborhood. This is El Tiradito, the wishing shrine. The building shifted locations when the original was demolished for highway construction in the 1920s. The shrine moved around the barrio a few times before settling in its current location in 1940. In 1971, the entire neighborhood was threatened by yet another highway construction project, one that would destroy the shrine as well as displace over 1,000 residents. Activists successfully got the shrine listed on the National Register of Historic Places that year. This forced a change to the highway proposal, saving Barrio Viejo and El Tiradito. But why does the shrine exist in the first place? According to legend, it is the only Catholic shrine dedicated to a sinner. Variations in the story are as numerous as the candles and offerings left behind. The name El Tiradito roughly means the little castaway. This alludes to the local legend that a man was buried beneath the arch of the original shrine. While that legend has many different retellings, one popular version goes like this. In the 1870s, when Barrio Viejo was ranch land, a man named Juan Oliveras married the young daughter of a wealthy Mexican sheep rancher. While working on the ranch, Juan fell in love with his mother-in-law, and the two engaged in a steamy, forbidden affair. When the father-in-law discovered the two in bed together, he flew into a rage. He chased Juan down with an axe and brutally chopped him into pieces. Because Juan had committed the sin of adultery, his remains were not allowed to be buried on consecrated grounds. So, he was interred on the spot where he was murdered. The mother-in-law who fell in love with him was so distraught that every night she would cry beside his grave and pray his soul would be forgiven. Over time, more women in the barrio felt sympathy for Juan, and they too would come to his grave to light candles and plead for his forgiveness. Even today, people claim to hear the mournful cries of Juan's lover and see the ghostly figure of the man who was murdered for his sin. As the shrine grew, so did the legend of its mysterious power. Some believe that lighting a candle and writing a wish on a slip of paper will make the wish come true, but only if the candle burns until morning. Others see it as a place to remember and pray for the dead. Among the wishes and candles, it's common to see trinkets left in memorial to the recently departed. Today, El Tiradito is more than the home of a local legend. It is an intimate yet public way for people to express their grief. For the deeply religious Mexican citizens of the area, it is a place to connect with the past and their heritage. For activist groups, it's one place where the forgotten and shunned, such as migrants and sex workers, can be commemorated with vigils when they would otherwise be turned away. It is also a popular tourist destination. The shrine is open to the public, and visitors snapping photos are a regular sight. Ghost hunting tours often stop by, and local paranormal groups bring their high-tech gadgets to the site in hopes of capturing evidence of Juan and his lover. El Tiradito is a place of intersection, where the past meets the present and life meets death. It is a place of sorrow and solace, but also curiosity into the unknown. Whether it has any supernatural power is up to individual belief. But if you find yourself in Tucson's Barrio Viejo, stop by El Tiradito, pay your respects, and perhaps leave behind a wish. It just might come true.